Bonjour mes amis, this is Madame Hess. Bienvenue, welcome. So what we're going to talk about today on this short video is the nuts and bolts of indirect object pronouns, which are lui, leur, I, and en. As always, I hope you have your French notebook with you and you're ready to take notes. Please pause the video whenever necessary, because note-taking is good and you can use them to help you do your assignments, tests, and quizzes. Alrighty, here we go. On y va. All right. Indirect object pronouns. Okay, so from lessons 5 and 6, you already know what an object pronoun is. But now we're going to talk about indirect object pronouns, and how you tell what they are is that they are used to replace a noun which is preceded by to, or actually preceded by a preposition. All right, I'm speaking to Marie. She is giving the doll to her daughters. We are giving the book to Mark. Okay. There is also an indirect object pronoun, which is used to replace a noun preceded by of or from. An example in English: she comes from France, elle vient de la France. He returns from Canada, il revient du Canada. We would like some cake. Nous voudrions du gâteau. I would like French fries. Je voudrais des frites. Okay. Alrighty. Indirect object pronouns are, okay, you're going to use lui, L-U-I, to replace a followed by one person. You are going to use leur, L-E-U-R, leur, to replace a followed by more than one person. Okay, the letter Y, which we pronounce E, okay, it's just like the letter E, E. E, the letter Y, replaces a followed by a place. And then en is used to replace de followed by a noun. All righty, take a minute, write this stuff down, and then I'll catch up with you on the next slide. Okay, rewind to Module 1, Lesson 106. Okay? We have to remember these things. You cannot say le. Remember, you can say la, but you can't say le. French don't think it sounds right, so you have to scratch it out and replace it with au, A-U. You also cannot say followed by lay. For some reason, the French don't like that. Scratch it out and replace it with A-U-X. Oh. Okay, de le, once again, can't say that. Turns into du, and de followed by le turns into de. So you're looking for any of these forms of a or de before the noun. O with an X, du, and de. Okay, if you don't remember this, take a minute and write this down. Okay, one more reminder, in French, object pronouns come before the verb. Je regarde la télé, je la regarde. Nous avons les fleurs, nous les avons. We have them, I watch it. Okay, here's some examples of lui. Okay, remember, lui replaces a followed by one person. In English, we say, I am speaking to Marie. In French, it's je parle à Marie. So if I want to say I speak to her, I say je lui parle. Okay, lui, because it's a followed by one person, and we put the object pronoun before the verb. Here's another example. She gives the doll to her daughter. Elle donne la poupée à sa fille. Elle lui donne la poupée. So you are replacing à sa fille with lui. Okay, last example. We are giving the book to Marc. Nous donnons le livre à Marc. So this is a followed by one person. So it becomes nous lui donnons le livre. Okay, so now we're going to have some examples of leur. A followed by more than one person. I am speaking to Marie et Marc. Je parle à Marie et Marc. Instead of saying à Marie et Marc, we're going to say je leur parle. I speak to them. Okay, she is giving the doll to her sister and daughter. So we're going to replace to her sister and daughter. Elle donne la poupée à sa sœur et à sa fille. She gives it to them. Elle leur donne la poupée. She gives it to them. Last example, we are giving the books to Marc and his friends. Nous donnons les livres à Marc et à ses copains. We are giving the books to them. Nous leur donnons les livres. And actually, I should have an S at the end of that, livre. My bad. Examples of E. Remember, it replaces a followed by a place. I am going to the cafe. Je vais au café. Notice that O is one of the Module 1 rewind reminders. J'y vais. Okay, we are using J apostrophe because in French, a Y is the same as a vowel, so you have to make a contraction. She is going to the mall. Elle va au centre commercial. We are replacing au centre commercial with E, so it becomes elle y va. She goes there. Last example, we are going to the bookstore. Nous allons à la librairie. Nous y allons. We go there. Okay, examples of en, which replaces de followed by a noun. I come from France. Je viens de la France. J'en viens. Once again, a contraction because en begins with a vowel. So en replaces de la France. She comes from the mall. Elle vient du centre commercial. So here we're replacing du centre commercial with en. Elle en vient. She comes from there. Okay, when we're talking about food, this is really where you use en most of the time. I would say 90% of the time because it's something called the partitive. And when you want some, you just don't want all the cake in the world, you just want some, you're going to replace it. You're going to use en to say some. Elle veut du gâteau. She wants some cake. Elle veut du gâteau. She wants to say she wants some. Okay, du gâteau is replaced with en. You say elle en veut. You can translate it like she wants it or she wants some. And the last one, I would like some French fries. Je voudrais des frites. I would like some fries. We're replacing des frites with en, and it becomes j'en voudrais. Okay, J apostrophe, because en begins with a vowel. Okay, so now it's your turn. I want you to replace the words in red, which I'll begin with a preposition, either a or de. Well, in this example, we're doing a. And, yeah. So replace the a followed by a noun with either Louis or leur. Okay, answers are on the next slide, so pause the video and I'll catch you on the next slide. Okay, answers. Okay. Il lui parle. He speaks to her. Jacqueline lui rend visite. Jacqueline visits her. Tu lui donnes les jeux. You give the games to her. Nous téléphonons à nos amis. We telephone them. Je parle beaucoup à mes cousins. I speak to them a lot. Okay, here are a few more, and this time I have included de and also a followed by a place. So these are either e or they're en. So give it a whirl, put this on pause, and the answers are on the next slide. And here we go. Il voyage au Canada. Il y voyage. Jacqueline va à la piscine. Jacqueline y va. Tu veux de la glace? T'en veux? Do you want some? And notice it's T apostrophe because en begins with a vowel. Nous voyageons en France. Nous en voyageons. We travel there. Je vais à l'école tous les jours. And I think this might be cut off, but it's going to be j'y vais tous les jours. So it's J apostrophe Y followed by vais. And you can just have j'y vais. I guess actually, incorrectly, I have tous les jours in red. So that really shouldn't be. You can say j'y vais tous les jours. Okay? Alrighty, guys. How did you do? A few clues. The keys to indirect object pronouns. The key to indirect object pronoun is look for the preposition a or de before the noun you are going to replace. Select the correct indirect object pronoun, lui, leur, il, or on. Okay, remember, a followed by le is o, a followed by le becomes o-a-u-x. Okay, if the noun you want to replace has de in front of it, use on. Remember that de followed by le becomes du, and de followed by le becomes de. So look for all of these forms of a and de. This might be a good slide to copy down because it kind of just tells you what you need to do. And there we go. We are done. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Hope all is good. À la prochaine. Au revoir.